Alright, for the final time, welcome back to Peasant's Quest. It's just noodles. If you haven't watched the previous two videos, then you should probably go do that. I mean, I don't want to tell you your business or anything, but it's probably a bad idea to start watching a video series at the one labeled finale. But if you insist on starting here, oh, did you ever play Skyrim? This is exactly like Skyrim. I mean, look at this. Handing over riches, homes burning down, fire-breathing wingling dragons, putting things in glitchy buckets. I will admit, there are some differences. Skyrim's archery is much easier. The Skyrim horses are far less skittish, and over there, you can actually get ye berries. But the biggest difference is that, unlike in Skyrim, I'm actually accomplishing my objectives in Peasant's Quest. In order to prove that I am indeed a peasant, I stunk myself up, dressed myself down, and self-immolated, which are three things that would be much easier to do in real life. Well, not that I'm not endorsing any of those, especially the last one.
Be cool about fire safety.
But enough beating around the berry bush. It's time to take the fight to Trogdor. Now, talk to him, don't tackle him.
Looking good, Mr. Peasant. Good luck with that beefy arm up there.
This is it. You can finally get revenge on Trogdor. Nice work so far, stupid. Thank you. Alright, I have a smelly belt, a bow but no arrows, a spoopy mask, someone else's prescription, a robe, a bottle of Sprite, a Subway footlong, and the shirt I'm not wearing. I mean, I'm confident that King Graham could take down a dragon with these tools, but this guy ain't King Graham. I mean, I'd put more trust in those kids from Mixed Up Mother Goose. But you save the day with the hero you have, not the hero you need. Allons-y. Disc 2. Carmen Sandiego. What's this? Doom. Zork 2. Wait a minute. There we go. Alright, if I know anything about being a dragon slayer, and who knows, I might, it's that the dragon's lair will be at the very top of this mountain, 90,150,100 feet high, guarded by an army of karate bears. And also that she is a Spanish señorita. Her eyes are green, and her heart is gold. You're at the base of a very climbable cliff that leads right up to Trogdor's lair. This cliff is huge, the kind where rocks start falling down the minute you try to climb it. Whoa. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to climb a vertical cliff instead of glitch jumping my way up? Maybe this isn't much like Skyrim. Alright, let's save and... Alright. Time to climb. With a new determination, you dig your fingers into the cliff face and begin to haul yourself up the mountain like you were in a sports drink commercial. The mountain starts rumbling and big loose boulders start... You'd best avoid them. Editor, montage me.
Guts and might, lifting weights and feeling alright. Showdown, going downtown, you're gonna mess around. Showdown, put your nose down. Showdown.
Easier than the 7,000 steps. Nice jorb climbing the cliff. You have a real way with those arrow keys. Wow, sure gets creepy fast around here. What with all the lightning and scary cave entrances. Let's look at the lightning. Scary. Like Auntie Geralda's crow's feet.
Let's go!
That's the scary part of a skeleton.
Alas, poor me.
You can't be sure, but you think those are dead person bones. Can I take this with me in case I need to make friends with a dog? Ew, no, Grody! You're Grody! No, you! Boo. Yeah, definitely gonna save. When you get to the end game of adventure games, they like to throw instant death at you. Let's be careful, I don't like the look of those beaded curtains. Uh-oh. I already used up the Skeletor voice.
Foolish peasant! How dare you enter this fairly sacred chamber?
You explain that you're here to smote Trogdor, should be smite, and if he doesn't get out of your way, him too.
You cannot vanquish Trogdor! Only the 3 keepers of Trogdor hold the tools with which to destroy the Burninator! The Trog shield, the Trog helmet, and the Trog sword!
Oh god, this impression's gonna kill me.
And the only way we'll give them up is if you answer the 3 Trogs trivia questions correctly. Unless you happen to have something to eat on you, then we could forego my question.
So I do have something to eat on me, but let's see what happens if, for whatever reason, you didn't stuff a baby down a well. Quiz me. You shake off the Keeper of Trogdor's request. Seriously, this guy should get a job.
Okay, here goes. What is the only creature that Jonka fears?
Now you might remember, the knight told us the answer to this question way back at the beginning of the game.
Since the Carrick showed up, we don't see the Jonker so much anymore.
But in a perfect world, he would know to fear poor Gary. So strictly out of principle, I must answer A.
Sorry, peasant, you fail! And as punishment, you will be turned into Ron Cumberdale!
You ask who the crap Ron Cumberdale is.
Just this kid from 4th grade that I really hated. But he was a big loser and he smelled.
Well, you're not exactly dead, but there's no way you could defeat Trogdor as Ron Cumberdale. Your quest ends here. Thanks for playing. Yeah, who would want to be Ron Cumberdale? If your name happens to be Ron Cumberdale, like and subscribe. Take 2. Action. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And now we offer him the sub.
No way! I was just kidding, but you've really got a meatball sub! This rules. Here, you can have the Trog shield.
Alright, let's check it out. Behold, the Trog shield. No, seriously, behold it. It's written like something Strongbad would say.
No, seriously, behold it. There's no way Trogdor's fire breath can penetrate this thing.
Yeah, I'd say that sucker's gotta be at least a +2. Time to save. And once more under the breach. You're clearly just the same guy.
Hold, peasant! You must answer the second dreaded Trog trivia question. Or we could call it even if I had an ice-cold drink right now.
Not this time. Thrill me, Creepo Keepo. I mean, surely being the Keeper of Trogdor is this guy's job.
Listen careful now. Which one of these letters is the letter C?
Okay, it's not going to be so easy as to be C, because C says A. A says B, which is not C at all, and C says A, but B is C, and A says B. So, if I say A, I'm saying B, and B is C. But in the same vein, if I say C, I'm saying A, which A is B, which is incorrect, but B is C, and I want C. It might be A because A is B and B is C. But it might be B because B is just C. But C, you would think that's incorrect, but C says A, and as it says there, A is B, and B is C, and we want C. So if we select C, we're actually saying A, which is wrong, but A is B and B is C, and C is correct. We could just say B to say C, but if B is C, then C is A, and that's incorrect. So I can't pick C because C says A, and I can't pick B. Well, I could pick B because B says C, but A says B, which is C. It can't just be C because that would be too easy, but it can't be A because that says B, but B is C, and B says C, and a clever man would put the poison into his own goblet because he would know that only a great fool would reach for what he was given. I'm not a great fool, so clearly I can't choose the one in front of you. I'm just gonna go with C because there's no way it would actually be C. Not BC, but to be, you know what I mean.
Wrong! You are hereby cursed to write corny folk songs for eternity. The kind that only old people like.
Well, you're not exactly dead, but you certainly can't face Trogdor after writing "Wheat grows sweet, but my gal's sweeter." Your quest ends here. Thanks for playing. Now there's a song that would trend on TikTok for no reason. Actually, you know, I think "Wheat Grows Sweet" is the name of the Peasant's Quest theme. I think I read that on the wiki or something. Anyway, let's go again. Here, have a soda.
Sweet deal, peasant. I underestimated you. Wear this Trog helmet with style.
I mean, I'll wear it. The Trog helmet is not screwing around. It's a serious helmet. It also protects against harmful UV rays. I mean, I hope it would. It's opaque. Now I'm gonna save my game, cause just in case I might die. And I'm gonna walk over here and hello, it's a guy.
That is unless you've got something for my lower back. Man, it's killing me. Oh, cripes, I forgot my first line. It's fine, let's just go from here.
And I think you figured out the drill by now. I'm gonna show you what happens when you die to this guy, and then I'm just gonna skip the quiz with a baby item.
Riddle me this. To whom did the robe you are wearing originally belong?
Do I even have to say it? We all know the correct answer here. So I'm gonna say Nobleman Nicholas, which is the most incorrect answer. A nobleman wouldn't be caught dead in what I'm wearing. I think they all wear stuff from the Radiant Raiment, as far as I know.
Yes! I was hoping you'd get mine wrong. No Trog sword for you. In fact, no skin for you either!
Oh, not my skin. I need most of that. You took a little bit more than skin, pal.
Welcome to my world.
Wow, you sure did. You had a good run, though. Thanks for playing. Yeah, I can't defeat Trogdor now. I don't have the guts. I'm sorry, please don't laugh at that. For the sake of my voice and your ears, the role of Trog Keeper number 3 has been recast. Thank you for your understanding.
Think you're pretty hot stuff, eh? Let's see you answer the deadly and pretty impossible third Trog trivia question. That is, unless you've got something from my lower back. Man, it's killing me.
Before I hand over these pills, I wonder if the trivia questions change, because I know there's a lot more trivia questions than just 3. If I'd gotten the one about how many berry bushes there are in peasantry instead of that weird ABC one, I wouldn't have a problem identifying the correct answer. The game only identifies 5 berry bushes, even though there are 6. You can interact with all of them except for the one by the well, which for whatever reason the game does not count as a berry bush. Nope, same question. So I guess players can use trial and error. That's pretty forgiving. Forgiving, I say, as I get St. Bartholomew'd. Anyway, I'm gonna bribe this guy with drugs and hope this video doesn't get restricted because YouTube, this is not behavior I condone. You should never give random prescription pills away. For free.
Oh, where'd you find this stuff? I don't think this is even legal anymore. These babies will definitely smoke lumbago with the, lower back and they'd,
Yes! The fabled Trog sword is yours. You now have the means to strike down Trogdor. Good luck, peasant. Definitely the time to save. Alright, this is it. Anything I want to do, I better do it now. Like, what if I just leave? Like, no, I'm done. I quit. I'm taking my awesome gear and I'm going home. I tried so hard, got so far, in the end it doesn't even matter. Bye. Who says I can't just live at the inn from now on? I'll take the skull with me. We can live in sin. Wait, what? Oh, well. Secret over here? Oh, beans. I guess I'll go slay the dragon. Oh, I didn't even look at the Trog sword. The Trog sword is for real. Hands down the coolest item in this whole game. You can't wait to lop off that beefy armor Trogdors with this guy. I've never lopped beef before, but it sounds fun. Okay, for real now. Let's go. The beaded curtain slams shut behind you. There's no turning back now. Oh, he's big. I'm trying to cultivate good saving habits, like my local credit union suggests. I'm usually pretty bad at saving, but this is the home stretch. It's parts like this where you have no idea what's gonna happen at the last— yeah, like that. Yow! Looks like you got a little too close. You did. Maybe next time, don't get too close. Oh, you think. Yeah, that's real useful advice. No, I couldn't figure that out on my own. You're like it's like going to the doctor. I said, doctor, it hurts when I do this. He's like, oh, don't do this. Yeah, that's very helpful. Except it's not helpful. Oh, I'm little. That's cute. All right, let's try this again. Oop. No, I don't have any Trog words. Or Thooms, if you want to get technical. This is it. You hurl the Trog sword with all your might at the sleeping Burninator. I did it. Uh-oh. Now you've done it. Trogdor's awake, and the Trog sword doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. Your legs lock in fear. Your eyes glaze over, and you wish for some peasant adult undergarments. But you think you hear Trogdor whimpering. Oh, is he just a misunderstood nice boy? Ah, crap, that's you whimpering. Well, at least your voice still works, I guess. Well, it worked once before, so let's get that silver tongue a-waggling. You scream that your name is rather dashing and that Trogdor burninated your cottage and you're here for revenge. Voice acting. Oh. Huh. Alright, I'm just gonna go. Aw, that sure was nice of him. Aw, you big galoot. Congratulations, you've won. No one can kill Trogdor, but you came closer than anybody ever. Way to go. And there it is. That is the end of this peasant's quest. We did our best, and, you know, that's all that matters. Ooh, baby adventure. Be free, baby. Oh, God, that's not the one I killed. This one still has meat on his bones. Oh, they did build a statue. That's neat. I won! Alright, 148 out of 150 points. I thought I did everything. I know there's ways to lose points if you screw around too much, but I don't think I... Did I lose points somewhere? I'll have to go over the footage and see if I lost points anywhere, because I thought I did everything. I got all the baby secrets, and I used the baby secrets, and then... 148 points. What would have been worth those missing 2 points? Let me think about this. I got the pebbles, I got the super trinket, I got the arrow, I got the bow, I got the map. That was a bonus secret. I did all the baby secrets. I got the baby, I got the treasure. Peasant's Quest was the first of many video game accomplishments of the Homestar Runner team. I mean, let's be entirely fair, it did not go as mainstreamly viral as the original Trogdor cartoon did at the time, but it did get a fair amount of attention for being one of the more in-depth Flash games of the time. Up to this point, Homestar Runner had really only released the sort of time-waster games that would play like something you'd find on early Nick.com and CartoonNetwork.com, which was the style at the time. In the years following Peasant's Quest, they would get a lot bolder. The very next year, they released a love letter to Mega Man with Stinko Man 20XT6, which finally got its last level in 2020, literally days before Flash support was shutting down for good. Better late than never. And they would also come out with major pointy and clicky releases, such as the 5-part epic Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People.
But you can play too!
I'm pointing, I'm clicking, it's like an adventure.
And even more recently, Dangeresque, the Rumisode Triungulate.
Dangerous? Looks like you're gonna have to jump.
Peasant's Quest has never gotten a true sequel, although the final episode of Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People, 8-Bit is Enough, featured Strong Bad journeying into the video game realms, including the land of peasantry, to find a way to send the Burninator back into his digital world once and for all. But that's not really what I would call a sequel, it's really more of a crossover. Having said that, there were loose plans for various Peasant's Quest sequels. The Homestar Runner Wiki was given descriptions of these unmade games directly from the brothers' chaps, so here's a brief overview of these aborted sequels. Alright, this first one is called Peasant's Quest 2, Return of the Babyman. And I'm just going to read the description right off the wiki. Rather Dashing's brave efforts to destroy the Burninator inspired the countryside, setting off a wave of attempted smotings the likes of which peasantry nor Trogdor had ever seen. Though most of these attempts met with utter burnination, one such brave peasant called Mitch succeeded. Instead of trying to vanquish Trogdor, Mitch used powerful magics and card tricks to seal the Burninator in his cave for all eternity. Only by completing an extremely convoluted and dangerous quest would one be able to break the seal and unleash Trogdor. And what peasant in his or her right mind would want to do something like that? 25 oldie years later, all memory and monument of Rather Dashing and his deeds have disappeared. The statue's head fell off. Replaced by those of Mitch. They taped an image of his head to the statue. Life in peasantry is no longer a hardship, and a seemingly benevolent queen, Queen Babyladia, hands out riches like it's no peasant's business. We join a hooded, mysterious traveling peasant with a mead problem known only as the Babyman, who searches relentlessly for information about his one-time father. He discovers from a dying old royal knight that Trogdor himself knows more about his father than any other living creature, and is rumored to have even made a little scrap tome about him. So the Babyman sets off on a quest to defeat Mitch, learn the truth about Queen Babyladia, break the seal, free the Burninator, and maybe ask him a couple questions about the peasant he thinks is his dad. Alright, we got some neat ideas, but that's about it. The second unmade sequel is really more of a joke than anything else. In 2021, they released a Halloween-themed game in lieu of a Halloween-themed cartoon, and every character wore a costume that referenced some kind of classic PC game. It was pretty neat.
And a fun time was had by all.
Anyway, let's see what happens when I ask the Poopsmith about the button he's wearing.
Why are you wearing a button that says, "Ask me about Peasant's Quest 2"?
Peasant's Quest 2 is a graphical text adventure of fairly large proportions. Join Fairly Dashing as she works to avenge her brother's death at the hands of the Burninator. Coming whenever to a CGA-enabled PC near you.
Sign me up!
And that's literally all there is for that version of Peasant's Quest 2. Although the Brothers Chaps did provide an example screenshot, and they said in an interview that it would be, quote, cool to make, but that's literally it. It's like that time they released a trailer for the remake of Peasant's Quest. I don't know if they were ever seriously working on this, but the trailer is definitely a joke.
Peasant's Quest VGA, coming winter of 1994. We will definitely finish making this game.
But that brings us to the sequel that seems to have had the most work put into the actual gameplay aspect, Peasant's Quest Online? Alright, this wouldn't actually be an online game. I mean, it would be a game that you play online because you play it in your browser because it's an online flash game, but like, it's not an MMO. It's a single player and it would parody the experience of playing an MMO. So you'd start by picking your character class. All the good ones are taken, so you're stuck playing as a peasant. But it doesn't entirely suck, because you can pick from 4 slightly different cottage designs, you can do quests and level up through combat, which would mostly be accomplished by beating pork. No, don't! Why would you do that to Gary? Quests would include ditching an annoying kid who wants to join your guild, playing matchmaker for a man playing as a female character and a woman playing as a male character, stealing a credit card number so you can cancel the account of an old lady who gets in your way when you try to climb a tree. You know, standard stuff like that. But the main quest would open up when you reach level 10 or 20 or something, and that's when you meet the Dragon Man. He's the best player in the world. He's at level 100, he's gotten everything in the game except for one item. The only reason he doesn't have 100% completion is because he missed an item you can only get at level 50. And that's when he would make a deal with you, because you can still get to level 50, and if you get to level 50 and get the special item and give it to him, well then he has 100% completion and he doesn't need to play anymore, so he'll give you his cool character. It makes sense to me why they would go in the sort of MMO parody direction, because like a direct sequel with the mysteries about Mitch and Queen Babyladia, those would need answers, and like, it's so easy to fall into the trap of like becoming a slave to your own continuity. But an MMO parody would allow them to sort of bend the rules a little bit and make different kinds of jokes about MMOs instead of text adventures. It's definitely a fun idea for a sequel, but it would be a lot of work to make, so I can see why they never went through with it. And it was gonna end there, but I have one more game to talk about, and I want to stress this point because it's very important. This game has nothing to do with Matt or Mike Chapman or Homestar Runner or anything like that. With that in mind, I'm going to tell you about the other Peasant's Quest game. So there I was, sitting at my computer. I had just set up my recording setup. I had not yet been betrayed by my gaming keyboard, but it was ready to go. And I typed Peasant's Quest into the search bar. And that's when I made a discovery. As far as I can tell, the name Peasant's Quest is a complete coincidence in every single way. It has nothing to do with the Peasant's Quest I just played, it has nothing to do with King's Quest or anything like that. This is a completely unrelated RPG Maker game about a peasant going on some kind of quest. Actually, from what I can tell, he goes on a bunch of quests. Like here, as we can see, he and a friend, they are paying their respects at the tomb of Balin, son of Fundin, Lord of Moria. Here's our hero, and I guess that's his grandma. Grandma in a bikini. He's probably got to take her to the beach. I assume there's a quest to get this poor lady a shirt. And, oh, how chivalrous. Here's our hero, helpfully pushing this lady's dress back down so she doesn't accidentally moon anybody. And here's, oh, this is one of those naughty games. So this game has been updated for like 7 years and has developed quite the following. I mean, that is a very impressive Patreon for one person making a game. From the following this game has garnered, I can only imagine it's a phenomenal RPG. Although I can't find anybody discussing the game mechanics anywhere, so I don't actually know how the battle system or the level up system or any sort of class system works, which is weird because you'd think that's what people would be discussing with this RPG, but I don't know, maybe I'll play that someday. I don't usually play sexy games, apart from Ms. Pac-Man, but that could be fun. I love RPGs. Let me know what you think in the comments, but as for now, thank you so much for coming with me on this trip down memory lane. I had a lot of fun playing this again, and I hope you had a good time too. And who knows, maybe I'll play another Homestar Runner game. Oh, I forgot to close the drawer! So before we get to my final stats, I do have a small announcement to make. I mean, it's funny. I made a throwaway comment during my first video, and I never thought it would turn into a thing, but here we are. So, I didn't think anyone would recognize the music I've been putting in these videos, except for the occasional Final Fantasy track I slipped in, but we do have positive identification of the soundtrack before the first video even cracked 300 views. I was not expecting that. So congratulations, I'm sorry if I butcher your name, ADEP88, for correctly identifying the source as Night Shift, or as it was released in my country, Once Upon a Night. I feel like most people who grew up when I did have like one or two really obscure PC games that they just absolutely love and no one else has ever heard of, and Once Upon a Night is one of mine. But I will save my gushing over Once Upon a Night for another time when I actually play it. I'm going to be starting up a list of games that I promised to play for you guys one day, and this is going right to the top. And don't worry, if I forget, my sister will remind me. I suppose many of you are wondering, what's next? What games will I be playing for you next? Well, I have already started work on the next few videos I'll be making for you all. I have my schedule loosely planned out for the rest of the year, and hopefully I won't take a whole month between videos anymore. If you have any suggestions for games you want to see me tackle, leave them in the comments. I do read all the comments. If a suggestion gets popular, I might add it to the list. So that's all for now. Thank you once again for watching, and, I'm supposed to say the YouTuber stuff, right? Like, what is it? Please subscribe, lick the like button, something about a bell. I don't know. You guys do something with the bell, and I'll show you my final stats. How's that sound?
Trogdor was a man. Trogdor was a dragon man. Trogdor was a man. Trogdor was a dragon man. He was pollinated, pollinated, pollinated the countryside. Trogdor was a man. Trogdor was a dragon man.
Whispering things in the 70s.
And he was pollinated, pollinated, pollinated the countryside. Trogdor was a man. Trogdor was a dragon man.
Consummate ease.
Maybe he was just a dragon. Maybe he was just a dragon. Maybe he was just a dragon, but he was still Trogdor. And the Trogdor comes in the night.
Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it's true. Oh yeah. You gotta do the best you can. And work out twice a day. Don't ask me why I said it. Because I already forgot.